FTK. It's
I
like
think he has a
ripoff.
YouTube channel.
No, that's a ripoff version. Unless he's smurfing.
Okay, yeah. I was like, wait. I was like, isn't that guy that has that YouTube channel?
Ripoff stealth hacker.
What's up, y'all? It's FTKComputer. How are you guys doing? Yes, so if you're wondering why I'm hitting you with the velvet smooth voice, it's 3 o'clock in the morning and I don't want to wake anyone up. I have a naturally loud voice, so yes, but I'm coming at y'all with another commentary video. Y'all enjoy my commentary, and to be honest, I'm just not in a place where I feel like editing Overwatch content. It takes a long time to like make those kind of videos, and I feel like I never really get the credit I deserve for them. And after years of doing it and hoping that like eventually people will like give me that respect, and it not happening, I feel like I'm starting to lack the drive that I had before. And it can be frustrating, like when you see other people, like, you know, you're waiting in line and you're seeing other people go before you, and you're seeing other people, you know, flourish and get better and get more support, and you're like still struggling to even be let in the door. It's a hard feeling to stomach.
Think of it this way. Imagine you have a job, a career, you work for a company, right? And you've been working there for over a decade. You've contributed so much to this company, and you're by no means a slack employee. Like, you put in the work, you put in the effort, you even create changes, positive changes that benefit other people within the company. Imagine you put all that in and you have to sit back and see all of your colleagues get the promotions, get better wages, get better opportunities.
I know it's not unique to me, and it's just like, I'm just letting y'all know that's where my mind is. But with commentary videos, it feels cathartic because I've held so much in for so long. You know, in an attempt to not make the focus anything other than, you know, gaming, but people still are gonna talk and lie, and, you know, even when I'm quiet. So I feel like at least now I can like put my own words into the narrative, because people are going to just make up whatever they want.
And one of the things that's been very aggravating for me, very aggravating for me, is how frequently my narrative is taken, twisted, recentered, and become the truth, right? And it's very hard for me not to notice that when I don't quite see the same thing happening to my white counterparts.
And now, not only have I been dealing with that for years, but people are literally trying to erase my entire existence and channel, and call me a ripoff and a copycat of Stealth Hacker. And I feel like, to me, that's like the final straw where I definitely need to say something, because this has been happening for a long time, and these Stealth Hacker subscribers are constantly like coming to my channel and spamming my channel, and in my matches, you know, saying this stuff. And like, it's when it happens on stream, at this point it's like, okay, I can either just let this ride or address it. And you know I'm gonna address it. Y'all not about to play me, y'all not about to punk me. So yeah, let's talk about it. And I know some of y'all feelings are gonna be hurt, but you know what, I really don't care. I'm just gonna say my piece. So first of all, I've been a Symmetra main since day one, since I first started Overwatch years ago. Like, you can look it up. I uploaded my first match, you know, playing Symmetra. I didn't change and become a Symmetra main because it was popping on YouTube, or because I started liking Symmetra after. I've always been a Symmetra main, and I've always uploaded Symmetra content. Let's start there. You know, when the first time I ever even heard of Stealth Hacker, it was because he was a Sombra main, and people were telling me I needed to look at Sombra content because I was interested in learning Sombra when she came out. Okay, next. How did I come up with this style of editing that I started? Well, when Symmetra content started finally popping and people started being interested in Symmetra gameplay, me, Hoshi, and Luminum were going real hard uploading Symmetra content and, like, you know, a lot of support content. And I remember they started making videos where they would be in the voice chat, you know, playing with friends, and like, you know, it was real engaging. And I felt like just uploading regular Symmetra gameplay, you know, wasn't that engaging. And people were suggesting like, well, why don't you do commentary? But I felt awkward because I don't really talk a lot while I play. And so, you know, I just be focused. So I was thinking like, how can I make my videos, Symmetra videos, more engaging, and put my sense of humor, but not awkwardly do commentary. And I remember seeing a video by, I think his name is Zilbrad, where him and his friends were kind of like doing this kind of joking Overwatch content, and they would put subtitles. And so whenever they would say something, the subtitles would pop up, and I just felt like it made the video funnier, even when it was like just simple stuff. And it gave me the idea like, well, instead of doing commentary, I can just put my thoughts in text, and, you know, add my sense of humor, add some music sometimes for comedic effect, add memes or whatever, and then make that kind of Symmetra content, but like still showing the match, because I'm like, I still want people to understand how to use Symmetra. And so that's how I came up with that style of editing. You know, nobody was doing that at the time when I started doing that, and I never saw anyone else do it, because this was years ago. This was before there really was that much Symmetra content in general. So that's how that style of editing came about, you know. And you know, my style of editing, Hoshi's style of editing, Luminum's style of editing has inspired a lot of Symmetra and support YouTubers. We've seen it. Like, other people were inspired by our styles, but we've been doing this for a long time. So to call me a ripoff and a copycat is, to me, it's a slap in the face, and it's why I'm like, we're not doing this no more. I'm tired of it, and it's been going on for too long. Next thing I want to talk about, when the Symmetra community started, and you know, we were all like trying to make Symmetra content, and we were really, you know, passionate about making Symmetra content. One thing that never happened was beef or tension or drama. Like, I've really never experienced anything other than respect from the other Symmetra YouTubers. Never. Like, there's never been drama. I've never seen drama between any of us, or like beef or any of that, you know. And I think because our community is so small and we get so much hate from like outside, it was comforting to know that like I didn't have to expect it from inside. Even when I started experiencing all the racial stuff, you know, and people trying to like bait other YouTubers into dissing me and stuff, I never saw it. I only saw them shut it down and respect. The only time I ever saw drama in the Symmetra community was when that Symmetra YouTuber came at Hoshi. Can't think of his name right now, sorry, but I just remember, you know, because the community is so small, when something happens, everybody talks about it. And I just remember seeing screenshots of like him just saying all this foul stuff about Hoshi, and his followers like also saying a bunch of foul stuff. And it was like, you know, Hoshi handled it very graciously and made a very good point. It's like, you know, why do you have to put another Symmetra main down for your content to flourish? We didn't like that. And so for me, the next time of me hearing about Stealth Hacker, after the, you know, that I need to look at him for being a Sombra main, is because people are coming to me and telling me like, oh, you know, Stealth Hacker made a video talking about he got you shook, or he about to take your job, or, you know, you left the chat, something like that. And I remember talking about it with my subs in like either a premiere or something. I remember people talking about it, just because the Symmetra community is small, and you know, when something like that happens, people talk. And I just remember some people being like, yeah, that's so messy, like why do that? And then other people were like, well, it's probably just a joke, like it's not that serious. And so I'm like, you know what, I'm just staying out of it. But then people are also saying like, oh yeah, like they're also dogging you out in the comments, and like people are saying like, you know, you're bad, and like, oh, you could never be this good, and stuff like that. So like, obviously when I hear that kind of stuff, I'm like, all right, yeah, you're not the kind of person I would want to rock with. You're not the kind of person I would really want to deal with. So I'm just gonna, y'all can have that. Y'all can sit around and powwow about how bad I am, and I'm just gonna stay out of it. Okay. Then what I remember is after this, like after that left such a bad taste in my mouth, then he starts kind of like spamming my channel, asking me to like collaborate for footage, or like can he use my footage in some videos that he's doing. And as someone who, you know, reads all their comments, and I used to like respond to every single comment in depth, I know when people are active on my channel. You know what I'm saying? And so it's like, here you are, somebody who's never ever left comments on my channel or been active on my channel. Now you're spamming all of my videos asking, you know, to collaborate with my footage or use my footage. You know, I feel like I'm being set up, especially after reading the comments from the other video that you made with my name in the title. Like, I feel like I'm being set up, and I feel like this is giving me a messy vibe, and I don't want to be involved. You know what I'm saying? And so I just ignored the comments, because I'm like, if I say anything other than yes, people gonna try to turn it into some drama, and I don't want that. And so he was obviously annoyed. He left some, like, I think his last comment was something like, you know, if you didn't want me to use the footage, you could have just said no, or blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, yeah, you're not my kind of people. Like, I'm sorry, but yeah, no, I'm not getting involved in this mess. This is not the Symmetra community that I know and love. Like, it ain't drama, it ain't tension, and you're already giving me drama and tension vibes, and I'm like, I'm not about to be having drama or faking a friendship on YouTube for someone who I already feel is not my kind of people. You know what I'm saying? My next interaction with him was back when I was doing premieres and uploading like 45-minute videos. Some of my subscribers noticed that like he ended up in one of my matches where my team won, but I didn't like the whole point. Like, it was not just that match, it was like 4 or 5 matches, and I didn't upload that match because I was like, oh, you know, beat Stealth Hacker. I didn't even know who it was. I didn't even know it was him. You know, his name wasn't Stealth Hacker in the, like, that wasn't his name, it was something else. And also, he only played Symmetra for like 5 seconds. Like, I feel like he switched to Widow almost immediately. So I'm like, oh, this is, you know, in my mind I was like, oh, it's just like some Widow smurf, like whatever. So, you know, I would have never known it was him regardless. But even when I found out, like, I didn't put his name in the title, I didn't tag him in it, it wasn't like some kind of like, ooh, I beat, you know, I didn't use it to try to get revenge over that whole like he got me shook thing. Like, you know, like I was like, oh, I didn't even know, I didn't know anything about it, you know. But then I feel like it was shortly after, I don't remember, but I remember him uploading a video and it was like played against FTKComputer, and it was like some match where my team, like, we just got completely scrubbed. The team was so uncoordinated. But like, people were in the comments, once again, people are like trying to like insinuate that I didn't play Symmetra during the match because I was afraid to play Symmetra against Stealth Hacker, or because I felt like I was inferior and people would call me inferior if I lost against him. And I'm just like reading this like, you've got to be effing kidding me.
What the fuck?
Like, see, this is exactly why, you know, I say that y'all are not my kind of people. It's because of mess and drama like this. And even, I'm not saying that it was like a million comments saying this, but you have to realize I'm coming from a space where no Symmetra main partook in any of this kind of stuff. So to see somebody either partake in it or just let it slide and let it happen without like saying nah, don't do this, or deleting it, for me that was like the final straw. You know, it was like, see, this is, I don't want to interact with this kind of Symmetra main. You know, this fraction, this part of the Symmetra community that enjoys like drama and mess. Like, I never wanted to be a part of that, so I just stayed away from it. But I just thought it was so crazy because I'm like, here y'all are once again starting a narrative about me without any input from me, without anyone asking me anything. It just was like, nah, let's speculate. And because it's me, of course, it's like one of those things that just gets spread around. And I just feel like this is the same thing this is a part of the same issue of this thing that happens today. It's like when you build a community based, the reason I feel like my community is so cool is because we don't always agree. We're not all like-minded or similar to each other. I mean, my community is full of very different people that have different opinions, but we all just have a mutual respect for each other. We're not, here cackling and laughing and joking and making fun of other people or saying that this person's better than like, we don't do that. So like, to see other people do that, it's sad, but it's not surprising. But I'm just tired of it happening, and so I'm putting my foot down, because I'm like, listen, I'm not beefing with Stealth Hacker, and I'm not a ripoff of Stealth Hacker, but this is why you haven't seen us interact, and this is why y'all are calling me a ripoff, even though I'm the originator of this kind of content. So stop being messy. Keep my name out of your mouth. If you play with me in a match, stop calling me a ripoff. Stop spamming my channel. I'm tired of blocking y'all. My finger hurts. I'm not about to engage with you. I'm not letting you bait my subscribers into some argument about this stuff. Like, stop the messiness. Stop the messiness, please. It's annoying. So that's all I wanted to say. Thank you guys for watching. Maybe my next video will be an Overwatch, gameplay video. Maybe my next video will be about something else, because I'm, obviously I've been holding in a lot. So thank you guys for watching. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.